On how all of you doing? Happy Wednesday evening to all of you, and I believe that this is the we reached to the mid of the week, so that means you must be progressed almost 50% what you planned for this week, right? I'm strongly believe in that one. I know you guys are really working hard and you're really planning yourself very well. So absolutely, you must be progressing towards your goals and objectives for this week. Now, this is time for many of you traveling back to home. Maybe you're commuting. It's just I want to tune myself with, using you just plug in your headset and start listening me for next 10 minutes because today the topic which I'm sharing is more closer to you and your daily emotions which you run through. When you run through the meetings and if someone is disturbing you, someone is interrupting you, and if it is if it is a senior person, okay, maybe your boss, maybe someone in the leadership team, how would you deal with such a situation? Okay, so first of all, before I go into the topic, I would like to really quickly introduce to all those new people who are joining me, listening me for past many days. It's almost, can you imagine, this is almost 50th 49th day I'm going live on LinkedIn. I'm sharing with you different insights, leadership insights. Okay, so I'm really feeling excited, and also same time I'm feeling very fulfilled that people are listening, or people are coming. We are connecting. Many of you really putting me questions, and I'm really loving all these responses, guys. Thank you very much. You guys are listening to me. At the same time, you guys are reaching out to me in DMing. You putting a DM to me, asking your questions. Please keep doing that one. This is how really we connect and we build the consciousness about particular topic, these leadership insights we're sharing with each other. Okay, so let's what we can do. So let's go into the topic today. uh, Okay, so those who are new, maybe you don't know much about me. Let me quickly talk about myself. I'm Tushar Chaudhary. I'm a leadership coach for mid-career, mid-senior project leaders, project managers to grow into influential leaders. So, you guys having more than 15, 20, 25 plus years of experience, you actually a subject matter expert. You are technically so strong and you know the things in and out of that particular technical domain. And then now, this expertise of yours into domain is now actually stopping you to grow into the leadership role, because somewhere the top management, top leadership is not really now looking from you to be only delivering the projects. They're expecting you to come out of the project and think like a strategic leader. Okay, and this is where the gap is happening. You thinking what you're doing is of taking you to the next level, but the management or the top leadership is expecting something different. Now, to fill this gap, I come into picture. I help you to fill this gap and build your influence ecosystem, where you demonstrate yourself, you highlight yourself, you make yourself visible to the top leadership that yes, I am actually able to take the more challenging roles in the organization. I'm ready for those roles. Okay, and that's what they're really waiting for. So this is where I help you guys. Okay, that's about me. Now let's go into today's topic. Okay, so before I go into the topic, I want to ask you something very honestly. Tell me, have you ever been speaking in a meeting, explaining your point, and suddenly a senior interrupts you? No, 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 Tushar, that's not the point. Let me correct this. We don't have time for this. And in that moment, what happens with us? Your mind goes blank, your confidence drops. And what do? We just say, okay, okay, that's fine, right? Let me tell you the truth here. uh, that particular interruption is not actually disrespect. It is a taste of your presence. Do you agree with me? Okay, see, I understand. I mean, I understood this deeply when I read a book called The Executive Presence by Sylvia and Havlet. Now, Sylvia in this book explained that leadership is judged in small moments. You agree with me? Yeah. So, especially when you're under pressure, that interruption is your moment. That interruption is your moment. So, tell me, When someone interrupts you, what happens with this? Your heart rate goes up, your thoughts start racing, your confidence drops, and your mind says, just stop. Don't make it worse now, Tushar. This is the exact moment where your careers either move forward or stay stuck. So let me say this very, very clearly. See, the interruption is not the problem. Your reaction to interruption is the problem. Because in that moment, actually, nobody is judging your slide or your data or your intelligence. They are judging, can you handle this situation effectively? Can you judge it? They are judging your stability. Okay. So this the same thing happened with me. Okay. I was, I mean, let me share something from my own experiences. I was leading a project review with senior stakeholders. Okay. I had prepared well, and I started explaining a critical risk and mitigation plan. Okay. And within 30 seconds, what happened? A senior leader interrupted. Hey Tushar, we already know this. Come to the point. See, the earlier version of me would have been panicked, would have skipped any key details, and lost. I would have lost my flow. But you know what? That day, I did something different. Instead of rushing, instead of apologizing, instead of fumbling, instead of stopping, I just paused for 2 seconds. I had a eye to eye contact with my senior, and I just said it very calmly. Sure, let me finish first. You'll get answer to your question. Okay. And then I also said, and immediately I changed my script. Everyone, the key risk is this, and the impact is 2 weeks delay. Then I continued. No drama, no attitude, no fear, just clarity. And something interestingly happened here. After that, nobody interrupted me. And after the meeting, that same senior came to me and said, Tushar, thank you, good clarity, straight to the point. That's when I understood something powerful. See, respect is not given before you speak. Respect is created when you don't lose yourself while speaking. Is that the Balbon moment? Type yes in the comment section. So, the core leadership insight I want to share with you today is that the respect what you're looking for is not given before you speak in the meeting. So the respect what you're looking for is created when in a crisis situation, when such a tough situation, you don't lose yourself. You maintain your stability while you're speaking. Now, how to maintain that stability, how to bounce back with them same confidence and not spoiling the relationships with the people there. How will you do that one? And for that, I'm going to share with you three fearless rules that I want you to start implementing straight away in your day-to-day job. Fearless. Okay. The rule number one, I want you to control your internal. See, before you control the meeting, I want you to control yourself, because your voice, your tone, your clarity, that comes from your state of being. Okay? If your state of being is nervous, your words will shake. If your state of being is rushing, your message will confuse, because you will be thinking fast, but your brain is thinking, your mind is thinking fast, but your tongue will not cope up with that speed of the brain or your thinking, your thoughts, and because of that conflict, you will fumble. Okay. And third, if your state is defensive, your presence will drop. People can easily see that you're trying to backing up or you're trying to preserve for yourself. That presence, the whatever the impact and the influence you want to create, that presence will drop. So what do? Just one simple thing: pause, breathe, and then speak. If someone interrupts you, just pause for 2 seconds, have eye to eye contact with that person, and just take a deep breath and say to eye to eye contact and say to that person, sure, let me finish first. You'll get all your answers. And straight away, you can change your script to the topic, the key list or the key milestone or key achievement or key problem or key issues. Okay. So I learned this thing deeply from a book called Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. Okay. Now Ryan explained in this book that calm is a competitive advantage. And in meetings, the calmest person often becomes the leader. Do you agree with me? Yeah. That please type yes in the comment section. That was the rule number one. Control your internal state. Rule number two, redirect, not react. Redirect the discussion or conversation. Do not react. See, when someone interrupts you, most people either go to that fight or flight mode. Yeah, either they fight back or they shut down. Both are weak situations. Both are weak positioning. Leaders don't do this one. Leaders do something else. They use that opportunity to redirect. So instead of saying, let me speak first, you are not understanding what I'm trying to say. Don't go into this argumentative words. Okay, instead of saying like this, just say, let me finish. I'm going to summarize and I'll take care of your question. I'll keep this brief. Okay. Now, what happens, you respect their urgency, you keep your authority, and you stay in control of the conversation. Now, this connects strongly with one of the best book I have come across is called Difficult Conversation. The book by Douglas Stone, Bruce Patton, and Sheila. See, the goal is not to win the argument or that moment. The goal is to manage that conversation. Do you agree with me? I would highly recommend you to read this book, Difficult Conversation. That is the rule number two. Redirect the conversation. Do not react. Okay. Rule number three. I want you to hold your space, hold your position. Okay. This is where most people fail, especially mid-career project managers. When someone interrupts you in the meeting, what happens? Most of us stop in the mid sentence. We give up ourselves. We just sit down or we just change our topic or we say thank you, okay, you're right. Okay. And then we complain. I didn't get a chance to speak. No, you did not take your chance to speak. So here is what you should be doing. If someone interrupts you, just calmly say, sure, I understand your concern. Let me complete this and then I will answer your question. Is that okay? And then you finish. This is not aggression, this is ownership. Okay? Now, this what I'm sharing with you is aligning with another book which I liked is The Courage to be Disliked. And this book is written by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitech. Okay. Now, in this book, the book aligned with stop seeking approval from people. Okay, if they interrupts you, don't stop seeking approval. Start taking responsibility for your speech, for your content, for your voice. Okay, is that a bulb on moment? That's a rule number three. Okay. So now we come to the close of this topic, but let me leave you this with this, you know, this thought that if interruptions disturb you, if interruptions shake you, I have to say this one very bluntly, that you are still not ready for leadership roles, leadership challenges. But if interruption sharpens you, you will become independent leadership. Okay, so next time if someone interrupts you, don't think, why is he doing this to me? Instead think, this is my moment to show who am I. Now take this as an opportunity, because leaders are not seen in perfect situations. Leaders are revealed in uncomfortable moments. Do you agree with me? Please type yes in the comment section. Now, whatever I just shared with you, this experience, this leadership insight, if this is really hitting you, I want you to comment unshakable in the comment section, because that is the leader you need to become, right? And in case you are struggling such a situation, you do not have that confidence, you somewhere shrinking yourself, you're not holding that space for you. I want you to have a one-to-one with me, because I can share you some step-by-step process, and I'll guide you how exactly you should be doing. Okay, because you need to work on your tone, your style, your state of being. Actually, there are some new habits, some habits you have to work on, that will help you to deal with such a situations. You need to work on your attitude also, calm attitude. Okay, so that's it. So if you really going to right now, I want you to book one-to-one with me. Go to LinkedIn profile, there's a book an appointment, and just book a slot with me. Okay, and in case you want to join my WhatsApp community, the link is in the comment section again. Good thing is there is a webinar happening on Sunday, 19th April at 10 a.m., which is Project Leadership Mastery. Again, I'm gonna cover some of these topics in that webinar also. Join my webinar, link in the comment section. Okay, that's it for today. I'm gonna sign off from Bangalore. This is your coach Tushar Chaudhary, and I'll see you tomorrow again with one more leadership insight, which will help you to become an influential leader and attract high income roles. Okay, so that's it from me. And when I see you tomorrow, until that moment, implement whatever I just shared with you. All these three fearless rules, and take care of yourself. And God bless you.